Hi third graders, welcome to our review Numbers to 10,000. This is going to be your study guide for your Friday's quiz, so make sure that you take your time and watch this video and practice with me. Okay, so let's see what we have to review. We will review how to use base 10 blocks to count, read, and write numbers to 10,000. We also need to review how to use place value chart to represent numbers to 10,000. And we have to review how to read and write numbers up to 10,000. Remember, we learned to write them in standard, expanded, and word form. And one last thing we have to review is how to compare numbers up to 10,000. So it looks like we have work to do. So let's start with number 1. Alright, but before we get started, I want you to remember that God is telling you that if you still feel uncomfortable and not ready for the quiz and you are like, oh no, I don't know these concepts, or I just need to practice more, just remember that if you ask God, He will give you wisdom. He is God of knowledge. So if you still don't feel ready and you feel like you got a lot to practice, don't worry, God got you covered. He is going to give you the wisdom. Just ask for it, okay? All right, everyone, now that we know God is here with us and He's going to help us to succeed on Friday's quiz, let's dive into the number 1. Okay, number 1 is base 10 blocks. We learned that in base 10 blocks, we have these fancy manipulatives that we had fun with in our class. We can use these cubes to represent thousands. We can use tiles to represent hundreds. And remember, if you have 10 of these, then you will have thousands. Yes, you can group them into thousands. And if you have these rods, they represent tens. And if you have 10 of rods, then you can have 100. That's correct. And then we use these little ones to represent ones. And if I have 10 of these, they will become 10. Very good. I'm sure you'll agree that base 10 blocks are very useful to represent numbers. Let's just refresh our memory how we did that in a classroom. So here we have this picture, and we're going to use the base 10 blocks to show numbers, right? So how many do we have here? What's the number that these blocks here are representing? We have 425. Very good. We have 425 base 10 blocks, and so the number is 425. Way to go. Now let's try it again. Let me take you to this website. I know you guys remember we used it in a classroom. So here we have this number, 2,432. Let's see if we can use our base 10 blocks to represent this number. Let's begin with the ones. So we need to grab 2 ones. 1, 2. Okay, very good. Now we need to get how many tens? We need to grab 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. And you can see that we need to grab 4 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I need how many thousands? I need 2 of these big cubes. 1 and 2. Now, as you can see, we represented the number 2,432 using base 10 blocks. Well, I think we are ready to move on to number 2, place value. Still continue having fun, right? I hope you are. So the place value chart is a chart, right, that has numbers and represent their values, right? That's why it's called place value. It tells us how much is each number worth. So here we have a number 1,489. So I can tell the number 9 belongs to ones, number 8 in tens place value, 4 is in hundreds, and 1 belongs to thousands place value. Let's look at this picture over here. So here we have base 10 blocks, and as you can see, we have here our place value chart, and the number is 2,475. We have 5 ones, we have 7 tens, we have 4 hundreds, and we have 2 thousands. Now if I ask you what's the value of digit 2, so you would say the digit 2 stands for 2,000 or 2,000. And the value of the digit 2 is 2,000. Okay, let's try it. Here we have another picture, but we have to complete this. So let's see where we begin. We begin with ones, right? Let me grab my pen And we need to put here how many ones we have. I have 9 ones. How many tens? We have 2. How many hundreds? We have 3. And how many thousands? I only have 1. All right, so the number is 1,329. So I have 1,000, I have 300, 2 tens, and 9 ones. And now I can also represent the number in the addition, right? So I can say I have 1,000 plus 300, and this is an expanded form, right? 20, and I have 9. Beautiful writing, Miss Bielova. So in 1,329, the digit is in the thousands place. Digit 1 is in the thousands place. And it stands for 1,000. Yes. Getting better. Its value is 1,000. Let's continue showing off our skills. In 2,839, the digit is in the thousands place. Digit 2 is in the thousands place. In 3,571, the digit 5 stands for 500 or 500. And in 6,042, the value of digit 4 is 40. I think we are ready to move on to the concept number 3 that we needed to review, and that is number forms. All right, we know that number forms we know are standard form, expanded, so stretched out, and it looks like an addition. And then we have the word form, okay, the one that you have to write out the number using words. Here we have again based in blocks. As you can see, the number here is in word form 2,478. In standard form, you would just write it using digits. And then expanded, we just wrote 2,000 plus 400 plus 70 plus 8. You expanded the number, expanded form, you stretched it out using the plus symbol. Okay, let's see if we could practice this. Look at these based in blocks, and let's see if we can figure out the standard form. So the standard form is the one that you write just using digits, the one that's the shortest. So we would write the number 2,437. All right, now word form, you have to write it out. You would write the number 2,437. In expanded form, we would write it 2,000 plus 400 plus 30 plus 7. Okay, I think we're ready to practice now. So we need to express these numbers that were given to us in a word form. We need to put that in a standard form. So the number that I need to write here for this one would be 8,629. That's a standard form. But this one I would write 4,730. It would have to be 4,700 and then just 30. I don't have any ones. Very good. Now for this one, 5,084, I would write 5,000. I don't have any hundreds, so I would have to put 0 because I didn't say 5,000. There's no 100 in my word form. And then just 84, so I have to remember to put the 0 for hundreds because I don't have any. And then 84, and then 7,010. Again, 7,000, no hundreds, and 10 because there are no ones, right? Okay, so see if you could identify these number forms here. This one right here just has numbers. Which one is this one? This one is standard form. Okay, very good. And this one that has words, okay, it's written out, is called word form. And then the one that's stretched out and we use plus to represent the number is called expanded form. Very good, everyone. Now, last concept that we have to review, that's the concept number 4. It's comparing numbers. Remember that we use these symbols greater than, equal to, and less than, and they help us to decide which number is larger, which one is smaller, or they might even be the same. Now, I gotta remind you, hungry alligator, he always eats the larger number. Okay, just think of the short saying that we always repeat to ourselves in the classroom. Gator likes the number that is greater. Okay, it rhymes and it should stick to you faster, and just repeat that to yourself every time you need to make that decision which alligator to put. Remember, he likes to eat the number that is greater. Now, how do I know which way do I place it? This is a great tip that I'm sure you've been using and found very helpful. So let me remind you how you use it. If the number is greater, the one you identify as a larger number, that you need to put the alligator or the symbol of comparison this way, because grr begins with the go right. G for go and R for right. So you're just going to place your alligator this way. Go right. It's going to be facing to right. Okay, open to right. Okay, so this is how you can remember. The greater number will have the alligator this way, or the symbol that way. And if it's the less than, think of L left. Okay, so this is going to be facing this symbol will be this way for the number that is less. Okay, less means left. So just think of that the number that has this facing this way, this number has to be smaller on that side, and greater number over here has to be larger, greater number. Hope that helps you. Now remember that you compare them, always looking at the thousands first, right? So if you look at your thousands here, you can tell that the number 4 is greater than number 3, so there's nothing to think about. You right away will know that greater will go towards 4051, so I will make sure that my go right, okay, symbol is facing right. Okay, it's facing to the right. It is open because alligator likes to eat the number that is greater. All right, otherwise he'll just be hungry, and I don't think you want alligator to be hungry. Now, another thing that's important that you need to remember, that if you notice that your thousands are the same, all you need to do is move to your hundreds. So always begin from left. If these are the same, okay, I gotta move on to the ones that are next to it. And now you can see that you have 8 and 3, so decision is made. 8 is larger than 3, so I'll again make sure that the alligator symbol is open, because alligator is going to eat the big number, right? And let's try it, see how well we learned it. Okay, so here we have number 3707 and 1978. Now, first thing I do, I look at the thousands, and I have 3 thousands here and I have only 1 here. So do I need to think a lot about this? I don't think so. I know that my alligator is going to eat this number, so he's going to open his mouth for this number, okay? It's going to go right, okay? It's greater, go right. This one was easy to solve. Now let's see, for a little bit more practice if you need it, I got ya. Okay, here we have this number and 4610. Let's look at the thousands, they're the same. Or let's move on to hundreds. Oh, this one has a bigger number. I need to grab this one because this one is the one that is greater. So alligator is going to eat this number. Now I'm going to use the term less than and greater than, because you also need to be able to say that using words. So I could say that 4058 is less, okay, is less than 4610. All right, let's do this one now. The same sixes, right? We have the same thousands. Now let's look at hundreds. Ooh, the same. 8, still the same tens. Now we have 9 and 0. Well, 9 is bigger than 0, so I'm going to pick this one, greater than. This number is greater than this one. Okay, so alligator is going to eat this number because it's bigger. Now let's look at this one. Again, let's look at the thousands, the same, hundreds are the same, tens are the same. Oops, but the ones are different. So I see that this one is greater than this one. So I'm going to open the alligator towards this number because he's going to eat this one. And I'm going to say that 3457 is less than 3459. Okay, so the less is L, always L, right? Less. And last one, I can tell that this one is identical. They're both looking the same. So if they're the same, I'm going to grab my equal sign. All right, everyone. It seems like we finished our review. I hope it was useful and helpful to you, and now you feel more comfortable and prepared for your quiz. If you need to practice more, go ahead and practice more. Remember, practice makes perfect. Now, for assignment, you need to go to Schoology and complete this independent work. You need to write your answer in Schoology. What 4 concepts did we review in this video? Okay, we've covered 4 concepts. So go back if you need to and copy that into your Schoology so you can get your hundreds. And all I need to say is I am so proud of you. I know you are ready. And if you're not, I know you will practice and work harder. Thank you for reviewing with me, and I wish you all the best. God bless you, everyone. We love you very much. Bye, third graders.